Hey everybody, G4 Video 5 here, and welcome back to some more Grand Theft Auto Vice City, the Definitive Edition. In this part, we will be completing the Vice City Street Racer, which can be activated after purchasing the Sunshine Autos asset, and then heading on over to this giant map on the wall, which by the way is a beta version of Vice City, which is pretty cool. But at that giant map, you can select one of 6 different races to do, and in order to get your percentage points 100%, you need to complete each of the 6 different races and come in first place in each of them. And so we will be going through them chronologically, and the cool thing about these races is that you're not teleported to the starting point and placed into a pre-selected vehicle. Instead, you have to drive physically on over to that starting point using any vehicle you want to use. So theoretically, you can do these races using something like a tank if you wanted, which is pretty cool because then you could just destroy your competition and make it to where it's smooth sailing. It's almost like a time trial at that point. But in my case, I'm going to be using the Sabre Turbo for each of these races because this is my favorite vehicle in the game. I think this thing is awesome to use. Although it's probably not the best, most optimal vehicle to use. You're probably best off using a sports car or maybe even the tank just to eliminate your competition. But I don't think that matters too much. Because, and real quick, that little racetrack looks like a schlong, to be honest. But, yeah, it's like these AI drivers, as you can see right here, tend to just kind of take themselves out of the race most of the time. So you can just let them do their thing, stay away from them, and then pass them up. And just kind of try to maintain your position in first place from that point by not doing anything too drastic or crazy. Like, you do want to be a bit cautious and not overly aggressive, especially going around corners, so you don't miss your target and overshoot where you're actually supposed to go. And that's kind of a challenging thing at times because there are no arrows or indicators showing you where the next little checkpoint is going to appear, so you have to really pay attention to that minimap down there. And sometimes it's difficult to juggle looking at the minimap and then also looking at what's happening on the main screen, so that can be a bit challenging. So theoretically, to make these races a bit easier for you, you can not only use the tank during these races, but also you can whip out an RPG before parking yourself in that starting point position and explode the other racers, which is pretty awesome to do. I mean, it's fair game. The game allows you to do that. Or you can drive by the other racers as they're parked and perform a drive-by on them, so that way the countdown gets skipped and everybody just starts racing the moment a bullet hits any of the parked drivers. So that's also an option for you. But I think that just about wraps up my commentary. I don't really have much else to say about this. So from this point, I'd say that just about wraps things up for me, so I'll let the gameplay play me out from here. And in the next part, we will be tackling the Hyman Memorial Stadium events. So until then, I will see you next time.
Like we're freaking going!
Yo, get out my section. Damn, Charlie.
nearly hit me, man.